Billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller predicts a crypto renaissance. A U.S. Senator says Bitcoin can't be stopped. And legendary video game company Sega is now getting into blockchain gaming. My name is Jay Chains. This is your nightly crypto news wrap-up. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. Also, join the movement to support crypto adoption by smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and share the video with a friend.
I don't own Bitcoin.
Crypto?
It's tough for me to own anything like that with central banks tightening. But yeah, I still think if the Bank of England, what they did, is followed by stuff like that by other central banks in the next 2 or 3 years, if things get really bad,
Yep.
I could see cryptocurrency having a big role in a renaissance because people just aren't going to trust the central banks.
Just yesterday at CNBC's Delivering Alpha Investor Summit, billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller said out loud exactly what's been on our minds for years. Although he doesn't own any Bitcoin or crypto, he understands the core reason of why we're all so bullish on the idea in the first place. Yes, of course, people get into crypto to make money, but just as many people get into it because they want to take control of their own financial freedom, since they don't trust our government. Druckenmiller is also spot on by saying that the U.S. economy is likely to go through a hard landing, and he even projected a recession in 2023. Well, we are in a recession, but not by the new definition. But I digress. Seeing a crypto renaissance in response to people losing trust of central banks would go to show that we don't want to be governed. We don't want to be controlled or regulated. Giving the power back to the people, giving them the keys to their own financial freedom, their own financial privacy, that's why we started this channel. And that's why we call it the People's Channel. Our goal is to educate you to be your own bank. Because when the government has control of it, all they'll do is inflate all of the dollars you save, and then make you pay higher rates for the mistakes they've made. Why do you think there's an inside push to make decentralization illegal? They don't want to protect investors. They want to control everything. And that's our job to prevent that from happening. I got to tell you what, man, this stuff gets me fired up. It gets a lot of us fired up. Now, while I cool off, let's pass it on over to Frankie Candles for a little market watch.
Thanks, Jay Chains. All right, guys, let's jump in and do a little market watch here. We've got Bitcoin coming in at 19,545, up about 0.5% on the day. Ethereum coming in at 1335, down about 0.1% on the day. Now, guys, I do want to bring you over here to the XRP chart because this thing is going absolutely bananas. XRP has pumped about 18% in 2.5 hours. Absolutely massive move for XRP, guys. It is looking like we could potentially get another bullish continuation here on XRP after a small pullback, and my next targets for XRP are going to be between 55 and 58 cents. If you guys want to follow me, it's Frankie Candles on YouTube or Frankie_Candles on all socials. Back to the news.
Although sometimes it feels like the entire government is pitted against us and wants to put back roadblocks between us and having financial sovereignty, but luckily, there are members throughout the government and regulating bodies that do want to see crypto succeed. Among these political advocates is Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis. Unlike those who want to ruin it for everyone, Lummis sees crypto's true potential and the good it can do. When talking about Bitcoin in a recent interview with Hard Money, Senator Lummis stated, "I love that it can't be stopped, especially because I'm concerned about our national debt. I'm concerned about inflation. We see things that are inflationary, so it's actually comforting to know that Bitcoin is there." Once people realize that crypto is the answer to get ourselves out of the hole we didn't dig, we'll be better off for it. And that is Lummis's main priority in crypto education. The sooner you learn about crypto, the better off you'll be. Even Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal says he's loading up on crypto to hedge against an economic crash that could be coming over the next several months. Just like Druckenmiller from our first story, Pal also believes that it's going to get much worse before it gets better. So if you want to load up on crypto to hedge against the future, be sure to use the link sign up for Binance.us and get up to $600 for a sign-up bonus. As more and more gaming companies begin to see the silver lining with blockchain gaming, video game OG Sega recently announced they're releasing a digital collectible card game developed by Double Jump Tokyo on the Layer 2 blockchain Oasis. The card game is based off the Sangokushi Taisen franchise, which was a popular Asian strategy arcade game back in 2005 that was based off the Three Kingdoms period of Chinese history. Not only is it great to see more and more blockchain games come out, it's bullish that bigger and bigger names are getting involved. Earlier this month, Fortnite creator Epic Games released Blanco's Block Party, which is the first blockchain NFT game from Epic Games. So we know that it's only going to continue to grow from here. We see it coming. And it's only going to take one big game for it to break the mold. Once V-Bucks in Fortnite or the monetary system in Grand Theft Auto becomes blockchain-based, then we are really going to be onto something. Well, that's all I got. Have a great rest of your night.